How to exercise your dog. Follow a regular exercise routine together with your pet. It will benefit you both. You will need a leash, a collar, and plastic waste bags. Optional, a collapsible dog bowl and a water bottle. Always consult a physician and veterinarian before attempting any rigorous exercise plan. Step 1. Start your exercise program gradually to build up your dog's stamina, especially if your dog is older, overweight, or a puppy. Step 2. Walk your dog for 30 minutes twice a day. Try to vary the route so they get to explore new territory. Train your dog to walk at your side to better control them from jumping on or lunging at people and other dogs. Step 3. Run or jog with physically fit, active dogs, increasing the length of the run and its intensity over several weeks. Start by running for a 2-minute interval twice during each 30-minute walk, extending the running time by a minute each week. Stick with leisurely walks for older dogs and breeds that have short legs or that can easily get overheated. Never exercise your dog while riding in a vehicle, either with a leash out the window or with the dog running off-leash behind. Step 4. Walk or run your dog on soft surfaces such as dirt, sand, or grass until their foot pads toughen. Check them for excessive wear and cracking from walking on pavement or hot asphalt. Remove ice buildup between the toes in snowy conditions. Step 5. Stop exercising immediately and bring your dog to a shady place if you notice that it is panting heavily, breathing irregularly, or staggering. Step 6. Remember to stoop and scoop when walking your dog. It's the law in most cities and part of proper pet etiquette. Step 7. Provide water on long walks and on hot days by bringing a collapsible bowl for your dog and a water bottle for you to share. After all, staying hydrated means a more enjoyable and longer workout. Did you know, at the 2009 Westminster Dog Show, a 10-year-old Sussex Spaniel became the oldest Best in Show winner in history, proving it's never too late to teach an old dog new tricks.
How to do dog yoga. While the best way to practice dog yoga, or doga, is by attending a class, you can get a head start at home with these simple instructions. You will need a yoga mat, knowledge of basic yoga poses, and a dog. Always consult a physician before attempting to do any exercise or exercise plan. Step 1. Understand that while doga is a form of exercise, it is not a performance sport. It is less important to work up a sweat than to relax and appreciate the bonding time with your canine companion. Step 2. Choose a simple yoga routine that includes stretches for you and for your pooch. If you don't already have a routine, try these simple poses. Step 3. Sit on your yoga mat and spread your legs into a wide V shape. Reach your hands toward your ankles and lean forward in a gentle stretch called a wide-angle seated bend. If your dog is close, rest your head on its body while you hold the pose. Step 4. Massage your dog's jaw and gum line as you hold your V pose. Cradle your puppy's head with one hand while making small, gentle circles along its muzzle with the other hand. Remember that this is not about training or disciplining your puppy. If your dog is not interested in your exercise session or in a particular pose, don't force it. Step 5. Stand up, legs spread shoulder-width apart, and hold your arms stretched out from your sides parallel to the ground. Bend to one side, stretching one hand toward the floor, the other hand toward the ceiling in a standing side bend. Rest your downward hand on your dog for balance. Step 6. Place your hands under your puppy's front armpits and raise it up onto its hind legs. Hold its front legs forward and parallel to the ground. Swivel your dog gently from side to side to help stretch its spine. Step 7. Conclude your doga session by sprawling on your yoga mat in a comfortable position, breathing deeply alongside your canine companion. Did you know? You can read a dog's mood by which direction its tail is wagging. Right equals happy, left equals frightened.
How to give your dog a pill. Being your dog's best friend means getting her to take her medicine when she needs it. Here are a few tricks to help the medicine go down. You will need a pooch in need of a pill, dog pills, and some dog treats. Optional, a helper, a small amount of cheese, cream cheese, or peanut butter, some sugar water, an infant medicine syringe, and a canine pill gun. Step 1. Make your dog sit. Never call a dog to you in order to give her medicine. You don't want her to associate being called with being dosed. Always seek her out yourself. Step 2. Use one hand to pry your dog's mouth open. With your other hand, pop the pill way back into her mouth. Make sure the pill goes behind the back of her tongue. A second person to help may come in handy if your dog is especially large or wriggly. Step 3. With one hand, hold the dog's mouth closed, snout pointing up, while gently rubbing her throat with your other hand. Step 4. Once the dog swallows and licks her lips, you can be sure that the pill is safely down. Stay nearby until you know the pill's been swallowed. Plenty of dogs are adept at concealing their meds and spitting them out later. Step 5. If you're having difficulty, check with your vet to see if it's safe to give your dog a pill concealed in food. And if so, try hiding the medicine in something soft like cheese, cream cheese, or peanut butter. Let the dog lick your fingers after you feed her the pill. That will ensure she swallows. Be sure to tell your vet what food you might try. Some foods interact badly with certain medications. Step 6. If your dog doesn't fall for the pill in the food trick, crush the pill, mix it with a little sugar water, and use a baby syringe to squirt the liquid into the dog's mouth. Step 7. Still not working? Try a pill gun, available from your vet or local pet store, to propel the pill down the dog's throat. Step 8. When the pill is all gone, praise your dog, pat her, and give her a nice treat to take away the taste. Did you know blowing on a dog's nose will encourage it to swallow?
How to help an aging dog. For your best friend, middle age comes as early as age 5. Follow these tips to lend them a hand as they get on in years. You will need a veterinarian, high-fiber dog food, a tape measure, a carpeted pet staircase, and a leash. Step 1. Go for annual checkups with your veterinarian to make sure your dog stays healthy. Large dogs live an average of 10 years, while smaller dogs can live as long as 15 years. Step 2. As your dog gets older, exercise is more and more important. Set aside 2 20-minute periods each day to take them for a walk or play fetch. Step 3. Being overweight is a major problem for pets as well as people, leading to diabetes and other issues. Make sure your dog eats only once a day. Provide food with extra fiber. If you can't feel your pet's ribs through their skin, chances are good they're overweight. Step 4. If your dog sleeps in your bed but has trouble jumping onto the mattress, buy a carpeted pet staircase. Step 5. Your furry friend can't tell you when they're hurting, so be on the lookout for these problems: lumps under the skin, shortness of breath, extreme thirst, poor appetite, and unexplained weight loss. See the vet if you notice any of these problems. Step 6. Deafness can be a real problem as a dog ages. If your pet is hard of hearing, make sure to keep them on a leash when you're outside. Did you know Bluey, an Australian sheepdog, lived to be 29?
How to recognize the signs and symptoms of canine kidney disease. Canine kidney disease is a serious condition that can develop over time or appear suddenly without warning. Identify the common signs and symptoms so you can call your vet for advice. You will need a dog, water, dog food, and a veterinarian. Step 1. Watch your dog to see if he drinks more water than usual. Dehydration is an early sign of kidney disease. Always provide your dog with plenty of fresh drinking water. Measure the water you give them to see if the amount they drink increases or decreases. Step 2. Determine whether or not your dog is urinating more than usual. See if you have to make more trips outside during a day or whether your dog starts having accidents inside the house. Step 3. Take note if your dog is constantly tired and unwilling to play. Monitor your dog's energy level to help spot other potential problems. Don't feed your dog grapes or raisins. They can cause kidney failure, particularly in dogs with other health problems. Step 4. Be sure that your dog is eating their food and not losing weight, as loss of appetite can signal kidney disease. Step 5. Check your dog's coat to see that it isn't thinning or drier than usual. Look at the dog's mouth and make sure his tongue isn't a brown color, there aren't any ulcers, and that the dog's breath doesn't have an ammonia-like smell. Step 6. React at the first symptoms of kidney disease. Many of the physical signs occur only in the final stages of the illness, when 75% or more of the kidney tissue has been destroyed. Step 7. Take your dog to the veterinarian if the dog shows any signs of canine kidney disease. Follow the vet's advice and change the dog's diet, administer medicines, or do whatever is needed to stabilize or improve the situation. Early treatment can prevent a more serious situation. Did you know? A 2010 study showed that dogs mimic their owner's behavior and body movements. For instance, when the owner yawned, the dog yawned too.
How to recognize symptoms of serious illness in dogs. Dogs rely on their owners to know them intimately enough to know when something is wrong. Identify symptoms that can indicate that your dog is sick and needs to see a veterinarian. You will need knowledge of your dog's behavior, appetite irregularities, breathing difficulties, vomiting, and consistent energy levels. Optional, consistent bowel movements. Step 1. Pay attention to the way your dog acts when they are healthy. Knowing how your dog normally behaves will help you distinguish odd behavior. If you notice odd behavior, make a note of the date you first noticed it so you can tell your veterinarian. Step 2. Check the food bowl to make sure that your pooch is eating regularly. Most dogs will readily eat anything left on the ground for too long, so if they are not eating, it may be an indication something is wrong. Step 3. Listen to the dog's breathing. If they are coughing or wheezing, they should see a vet immediately. Breathing problems could indicate heart problems. Step 4. Watch for vomiting. This behavior should send up a warning flag if it is severe or accompanied by lethargy. This could indicate any number of serious health issues. It is important to watch both the frequency and the consistency of your dog's bowel movements. Any changes in either should be mentioned to the vet. Step 5. Note the energy level of your dog. If he's usually doing laps around the couch but lately has just been laying on it, it could be a sign of a health problem. By looking for symptoms and getting to the veterinarian, you can have your pup up and running again in no time. Did you know? As of 2010, there were only 28 accredited schools of veterinary medicine in the United States.